We've been testing it for a while now, so let's see how the Roccat Kone XP Air gaming mouse holds up. Roccat doesn't screw around when it comes to mouse design. They make gaming mice for all types of grips, genres, and budgetary limits. They've now cut the cord on the Kone XP and furnished it with a fancy charging dock/stand, similar to what we saw with the Razer Viper Ultimate. Let's take a closer look and see how it performs. We were a little disappointed with the unboxing experience of the Roccat Kone XP Air, especially considering the $170 price. The exterior is pretty standard, with fancy imagery flanked with specs, stats, and other essential information regarding the mouse's functionality. Interesting, there's a QR code on the front, which supposedly links to a live demo. However, when we tried it out, it just linked to the product page. We got our unit almost a month before public release though, so it could change by the time the Roccat Kone XP Air hits the shelves. Most gaming mice within this price bracket come in posh boxes with high-density foam, magnetic clasps, and other premium additions that make the process of receiving a new feel more like a fun treat than simply removing something from the packaging. We move now to what got us interested in the mouse in the first place: the design. There's a lot to talk about here, as it would appear that Roccat has taken design cues from all their previous mice and combined them into the Kone XP Air. In terms of color, you get either black or white. Both of these colors are translucent to an extent, with this effect being most noticeable on the palm section of the mouse and disappearing as you reach the mouse buttons. This looks unassuming enough until you turn the mouse on, at which point the mouse turns from an ergonomic mouse with a funny logo to something very gamer indeed. The star of the show is the somewhat 3D lighting on the palm section. It's hard to describe, so we'd recommend a studious look at the product photography throughout this review. Essentially, there are two waves that run parallel to each other, converging, then diverging from one another, like Moses parting the red, green, and blue sea. The translucent shell might have some people worried about the longevity of the mouse. However, we can say that it feels every bit as solid as we had hoped. There are some slight creaks here and there. Additionally, there is a barely perceptible rattle when the mouse is shaken, and we suspect that it stems from the scroll wheel. But the performance of the mouse remains unaffected. The mouse feet are, thankfully, 100% PTFE and are apparently heat-treated. A quick Google search tells us that heat treatment of PTFE improves its wear resistance. We don't know about that quite yet, but the mouse glides beautifully out of the box, as Roccat has done us the courtesy of applying a small bevel around the edges of the feet, which eliminates the scratchy wearing and period. Moving to the dock, the story here is also very good, with it feeling solid and functioning flawlessly during our testing period. However, we do wish it had more grip on the desk, as it slips more than we'd like. Additional grippy rubber like we saw on the Viper Ultimate dock would be a good addition here. The 98/3.40's weight and precise I19K optical sensor make the Roccat Kone XP Air a very capable mouse, as do the 15 reprogrammable buttons. However, this is where the Kone, it's pretty good for all types of games. It's light enough for FPS, has enough buttons for MMO, and is ergonomic enough for long days of work. But its design seems to lack focus. It doesn't seem designed for any specific use. It's good for everything, but not great for anything. If you play all sorts of games on the regular and don't want to deal with the clutter and hassle of multiple gaming mice, it's a great option. However, if you're an FPS player, you'll find the extra buttons superfluous and too easy to accidentally press. And if you're an MMO player, there aren't quite enough buttons in the right place. Thank you everyone for watching us till the end. It would be a great pleasure for us if you are a little helped with this video. Comment us below